Hey, we're talking how to unlock your full potential. Mornings Alive with Keith Jon, producer Christina, C. Marty Fit, Rich Ingram, Dr. MC, and of course, Aj Zeglen, the mind fuel, the mental dude here this morning. And hey, we are here to talk about how to unlock your full potential. We've been talking for the last half hour with Dr. MC Bork, and I brought AJ in as well. We're talking mind fuel. And guys, I want to get into the conversation for the rest of the next 10, 11 minutes here about mental performance, how to unlock your full potential in the bedroom. And gents, this is a show where we have conversations that nobody else is having. Now, you guys are all having conversations about soft stuff over there. We're having conversations about hard things over here. Every pun intended. Yeah, true story. So, yeah, exactly. Johnny, let's get into it. Marty, AJ, let's get into it. We all want to get into the bedroom. We all want to have some fun with our loved one, our partner, our spouse, whatever that partner is. And it goes to, it's time to perform. We can't perform. Our mind is stuck. Nothing to do with the equipment. It's all starting up in our mind. And I'm gonna start the conversation. All right. I was there. Yep. True story. Years ago as a young man, I couldn't figure it out. My mind messed me up. My mind just did this to me. I had to take a lot of time to get my mind in action so I could perform like this. True story. So I'm going to offer it up there. AJ, Dr. MC, let's talk about how to unlock your full potential in the bedroom for our men that can't figure out why the mind is connected to their lower half of their regions and things aren't working. Where do you want to start, Dr. MC?
I'm just going to say, number one, if you're over the age of 30 and you are having those difficulties, if you cannot get it up, go see your doctor because it might be atherosclerotic disease. So there are things that they can do about that. So I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
Like literally just go see your doctor. If you're above the age, even if you're under the age of 30, just go see your doctor. And then I would say mindfulness. If it's actually your mind, if you've gone to your doctor, ruled out medical causes for erectile dysfunction, mind is actually a really interesting skill and tool when you're doing anything specifically in the bedroom, because oftentimes when you are unable to perform and it's not a medical cause, when you're unable to have an erect penis, it's because you're in your head and you're thinking too much, and you're not in your body. So when you're not in your body, it becomes very difficult to be present and enjoy the moment. And so when you're present, when you tuned into all of your senses, your visual, your taste, your olfactory, your sensation, and your breathing, mindfulness and being present is a lot easier. And the mental performance, the mental side of things in the bedroom becomes a lot easier. I'd love to hear what AJ has to say about that. I am not an expert. I'm an expert in mental performance, sure, but not an expert in mental performance in the bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to echo Dr. MC's comments there. It is mindfulness, right? It's still, if we're looking at the context of performing, when we perform, we want to live exclusively in that moment and be fully present in that moment. When we're talking about anxiety, it's because we're worried about stuff that's going to happen in the future. It's what they call performance anxiety. We're playing all these scenarios in our mind and in our head, just being like, oh, am I going to be good? Is she or he going to think that I'm good enough? Am I going to be able to satisfy my partner? Oh, going to have all these thoughts about it. And we start worrying about it. None of that stuff has even happened yet, right? That's us worrying about stuff that hasn't even happened. So that ability to be mindful and just stay present, and like Dr. MC said, a lot of that can happen in grounding techniques, like fully being aware of all our senses. And then a big part too just comes into that conversation, right? If we have a partner, just that open conversation. I know on the show, you guys talk a lot about the idea of vulnerability. If you're feeling it, let your partner know. Just be like, hey, I so badly want to be amazing for you in the bedroom, because I feel like that would be this great physical manifestation of my feelings towards you if you thought I was really great in here with you or whatever. And it's really important to me. I'm nervous about it because I really want to make sure I perform for you. And then even having that conversation, as soon as we say that out loud or whatever, it just instantly drops a bunch of that pressure we put on ourselves. And then we could just go to having fun and enjoying the moment.
Johnny, I see you nodding over there, brother.
Yeah. Obviously, I can really only speak to my own personal experience. And this topic kind of fits into other areas in terms of when I came to that point where I just stopped caring about failure. I just realized I fail at everything, but I use that failure and I get better. And the same thing happened in the sack. I was so worried about all of the shit we're talking about. And the voices inside my head were killing me. I was worried about shit that a lot of it was never even happened or wasn't going to happen. And I just got fed up with the fact that as I just stopped worrying about failure, it translated right into the sack. And it was that was a game changer for me. It was like, failure's part of life. It might happen, but it's okay. Next thing, but from here, as you said, Keith, went from here to here. And ever since then, I've been good.
You know what it was for me, Dr. MC and AJ? I've talked about this privately, and I'm offering this up because in order for us to build the audience that we want to build, I recognize that folks like myself and Marty and Johnny got to put ourselves out there. And I'm happy to do that. AJ, you and I have talked about this, getting to know each other. I use the elastic band technique. Dr. MC, I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but it's that whole idea of, so I was taught during my habitual changes that when my mind was going all squirrely, I had an elastic band on my wrist. And every time my mind was going, I would just snap my elastic band and it would bring me back to the moment. Right. So I found myself in my younger days in the bedroom with my partner, just fucking snapping my elastic band on my wrist because I was like, I had to bring myself into the moment. But that taught me, you guys, that not only in the bedroom, it taught me that elastic band trick. I've used it many times throughout my life when my mind has been going over there and I got to bring myself into the present moment. So nation, if I can offer you some advice right now, put an elastic band on your wrist. And if you're struggling because your mind is getting all over the place, use it to snap yourself back into the moment. Dr. MC, I saw you nodding there. Did you relate to my habit changing procedures?
We use that. We use the elastic band technique when people are, for two reasons. If they're experiencing a lot of emotional pain and they can't seem to fight their emotional pain, they then cause themselves physical pain and it brings them back to the present moment. So we use that technique. It's a well-known technique. And I love that you use that to help all kinds of aspects of your life. I love that.
And gentlemen, I didn't put the elastic band around my penis.
When you said elastic band technique, I was like, oh, Jesus, he's talking about
I know, man. I
was going, oh my God, he's breaking out the serious vulnerability today. And I'm thinking myself, he's snapping that thing. He's got more balls than I do.
We're not talking about tying off things right now, Johnny. No, we're not winning the strippers on the show today. We're talking about the elastic band on my wrist.
I was so happy to hear you continue on and talk about your wrist. I was like, tell me he's not snapping his pecker, man. Jesus, he was really making some changes.
Looking at you and guys coming and talking to you about what's going on in their head and so forth. Let's continue talking about this elastic band technique. AJ, have you talked about some of your clients and so forth about using that elastic band to bring you back into the present moment?
Yes, we call them interrupters. So it can be an elastic band technique. It can be something else. Sometimes we'll use a countdown method where you'll just be 4, 3, 2, 1. And then follow that up with maybe a piece of positive self-talk or something like that. But the idea is that it only takes a short, couple seconds to interrupt that negative loop, whatever you're stuck in. We often think that it's maybe got to be this big, elaborate, complicated set of tools that we use to get us out of that loop. All we need is like 1 or 2 seconds of an interruption in that negative thought loop to break us out of it. So yeah, the elastic band snapping on the wrist again, that's mindfulness. It brings us into the present moment. If we have something that if we're aware of, we're caught in that loop, and then we have something that we mentally go through in our mind. Like I said, we use that countdown method a lot, where it could be like 4, 3, 2, 1, I got this, or 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm here, or whatever it is that you tell to cue yourself to, hey, let's get in touch with what's happening right now and not worried about the past or the future. But there's a whole series of that you can use, and it breaks that loop and gets us back into the present.
You know what I find fascinating about this, Dr. MC, AJ, is that it's something so basic for all of us as human beings. We all have sex. We all have organs like we all have, yet we all struggle to talk about this such important topic. And it's actually quite disappointing to me in many ways. Because, MC, you commented a few moments ago where you have some of the old dudes that are like, oh, I don't want to talk to MC. You got the young guys like, yeah, I want to talk to you. And it's disappointing to me that we have to create this big thing that we're talking about male performance in the bedroom when it shouldn't be a big thing. Do you know what I mean, Dr. MC?
I agree. And it's not a big thing when you talk about it to your partner. Let's normalize talking to partners about this. It is not a big thing at all. Having been on the receiving end of that conversation, oh, great. This is not a thing. I'm sorry that for some reason you kept this from me for so long. You know what I mean? So it's not a big thing. It might be a big thing talking about it on a radio show, sure.
No, but hold on, saying that those are female, because there's gentlemen right now that are thinking that their partner is not going to receive them very well. AJ said
no. It is just talk to your partner. Talk to your partner. It is not a big deal. We want to be there for you.
There you go.
I also find that too, like I'm a big one on when I'm just getting to know somebody, like, hey, let's talk about what you like. Because when I understand what they like, it gives me a target, helps me understand how to navigate because I want to please her. So if I have a little bit of a roadmap, it takes pressure off. It's just, that might be something that would be helpful to people as well, is, hey, just have this open conversation. And maybe that conversational, you're going to feel a little tickle in your shorts and not have to actually talk about the fact that you might be snapping your wrist all night with the rubber band because you got a roadmap to please her.
Just snapping away. Hey, we got a band in the bedroom here. We all got our fucking rubber bands on our wrists. Dr. MC Rich. Hey, let's bring up producer Christina Flynn on the stage here. We're going to get to the brand buy here in a quick minute. But producer Flynn, you're sitting there in the green room listening to the conversation. Would love to hear your point of view from a lesbian woman who's listening to this conversation, performance in the bedroom, and men and worrying about getting an erection and penile dysfunctions and so forth. What are you hearing from this conversation, producer Flynn?
I'm hearing conversations that need to be happening more frequently.
Yes.
I'm married to a woman. I've dated men before. I always respected when men came to me and said, yo, I'm struggling with this. I think the more we can communicate with one another, the more we're opening up new pathways for these conversations to continue. I hope that men in our audience, this isn't the only place that they can hear about these things, but the reality is that often that is the case. So yeah, if you're not comfortable taking it to your partner, of course, hopefully we can have a space here for you, but work on perhaps exploring the fact, why am I not comfortable? What is that actually about? Am I worried about judgment? Am I worried about her not loving me or him not loving me anymore? Spend some time thinking about that and reflecting on it.
Yeah, what an exceptional conversation, team. I got a comment from my partner, my love, here in the comments here. Guys, Lauren's coming in saying perhaps removing the word performing. Isn't that true, right? Performing would be helpful because performing implies pressure. Hey, gentlemen, pressure's off for Uncle Billis here today. But I appreciate that. And then, of course, we got Arm coming in with, let's look at Arm's comments here. Yes, agreed. Communicating is a big key. How are we supposed to know if not told? We can read body language, yes, but would love to know, period. We can read toes curled, but is it pleasure or pain? That's really good, Arm. So that's a great comment here. Hey, listen, we are just hanging out. We're getting towards the end of the segment here. I want to quickly wrap it up here. AJ, some closing words from you before we say goodbye to Dr. MC and yourself. AJ, some final comments from you, brother.
Yeah, I've talked about this previously before, but again, if there's ever an opportunity to remove assumptions, we should take it. So a lot of that pressure that we're going to put on ourselves in the bedroom, we're assuming in our own mind, we've made up this whole scenario where we have to perform or do a certain way or this or that. We open that line of communication with our partner, and it's usually quite the opposite, right? I know for myself, in my relationship, if I have this assumption, like I have to be able to last all night and go for hours and stuff, Melissa would look at me like, go for hours. What are you talking about? I have no interest in that. You know what I mean? Sometimes we make an assumption that we should do this stuff. And when we actually communicate and talk about it, we realize that, oh, it's really quite the opposite. I created this whole scenario in my mind, what I should do. So communicate, remove the assumptions, and enjoy yourself in there.
Great advice, AJ. Great conversation. Hanging out with us today. Hey, listen, AJ joins us every Tuesday and Thursday for Mind Fuel. Advice to get out of your mind and help you perform better. Dr. MC, some closing comments from you as well before we say goodbye.
It's really nice to be here. And also just, I'm loving the conversation that you're having. I love that men are talking about their feelings and difficult things. And if, you know what, all the men are craving this. So if you have buddies, like you can do this with your buddies as well.
Yes.
This is a thing that men are craving.
Yes. And Dr. MC, how can Business Athlete Nation find you? How can they connect with you? How can folks learn more about you and all the great work that you do? Dr. MC Bork.
I have my website, drdempseyb.com, and you can send me a message through that if you would like.
Awesome.
Thanks,
would you come back and hang out with us again? I love your point of view and your perspective. And Richie was right, man. She's going to drop bombs nonstop. Would you come back and hang out again with us?
My God, Rich, you're so nice. Of course I will. Yes.
Awesome. When the Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup or don't win the Stanley Cup? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't do it when they win.
Yeah, exactly.
When they win this year. Absolutely.
That's right. All right. Dr. MC Bork is on her way back to British Columbia.
Thanks, y'all.
Aj Zeglen is back to his gig.
Thanks, MC.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.